to the city of San Pablo and also have the privilege of being able to work for our very own state superintendent as his Northern California liaison. So today I have the distinct honor, one, I want to be able to say thank you, Dolores, for everything you've shared with us. Thank you for sharing the space, sharing your wisdom. And thank you to all of our leaders and our community residents for being here today. I do have now the privilege and honor of being able to introduce our very own county supervisor of District 1, our chair, our board of supervisor, someone who has been an extraordinary leader, not just now, but for quite a long time. And I've gotten the honor and privilege of being able to work with him since I was a teenager in high school, pretty much just as long as I've known and worked with our state superintendent in his other capacities that he served over the years. I want to recognize that he has been a leader for equality, for climate, for justice, for health, and the list goes on. And I also want to take a moment to be able to recognize the great work that he has done for and with youth. And I say with youth. It's not just working for us, it's working with us, and that's an extraordinary thing to be able to recognize and to be able to celebrate. And he has helped put the groundwork, along with other great leaders, to create what is now the Richmond Rice Center, a center that helped make me the person that I am today, help foster other young leaders in our community to be in all these positions, to be able to serve the public, to serve our communities. And I'm very thankful and honored to be able to welcome him and to be able to introduce him to you all, and to also say that I know that he will be sharing a few remarks and also be doing the induction for our very own state superintendent. So without further ado, please welcome our county supervisor, our chair of the board of supervisors.
You know, please give it up again for Abel, because, you know, Abel's a perfect example of when young people are given power and opportunity, they can lead. And we remember his young days at the Rice Center and in high school. So just give it up again. You know, I have learned one thing in my many years in office: never followed Dolores where that microphone. But that's what I have to do. So it's an honor to one of the greatest labor leaders in the United States of America. Yes, I am so honored, really, as the son of a high school teacher here, former high school teacher here in Richmond, and a product of the West Contra Costa Unified School District. Go Gauchos, right. But also go Eagles. My dad taught at Kennedy High School, so go Eagles. I am pleased to be able to administer the oath of office to Tony Thurmond in the city and the county where he got his start in public service. And I'm going to ask you all a question, and you can answer it. Here in Richmond and in Contra Costa, aren't we proud of Tony Thurmond? And aren't we proud that we get to share him with the state of California? You know, I've known Tony for nearly 20 years, and I've seen him in real life. As a father, and his commitment and love for his daughters, Jaden and Maya, who are here today. And I know my daughter used to hang out with Maya when they were younger as friends. So I got to see Tony in that role as a father. And in that role, balancing the commitment of being a loving father with his commitment to be a dedicated public servant, right? Which is not easy. It's hard. And he worked at doing both well. And, you know, there's a lot of great things we know about Tony, but I think one thing that really comes to mind, and Abel talked about the Rice Center. When Tony was on the school board here, he spent hours at the Rice Center with young people, mentoring them, inspiring them, supporting them, teaching them, but also listening to them and learning from them. True mark of a great leader who sets out to mentor and learn at the same time. And you know, his work in our community, at the local youth center, on the city council, on the school board, in the state assembly. We've all got to know through his work Tony's commitment and love for young people, for the community, and now the rest of California knows what we knew about Tony in those first years. And in his role as our state's top elected education leader, residents are able to benefit from Tony in the way we did in Richmond and in Contra Costa. And his tireless work to improve services, especially focusing on foster youth and at-risk youth, I think made Tony special. Tony's experience and background as an educator, a social worker, a public school parent, make him special and unique as our state's top education leader. His tireless efforts to close the education equity gap, I think, are the hallmark of Tony's work as our state superintendent, and there is no job more important than closing the equity gap. Right? And I'm proud to say, I think Tony's first sort of appointed body was when, at the Board of Supervisors, we appointed Tony to serve on the, no surprise, Family and Children's Trust Committee. That was the first commission that he served on before being elected to the City Council, where he also showed his commitment. So Tony, we're proud that you're getting sworn in here where it all started in Richmond and in Contra Costa County. So with that, let's get down to business and let's swear in Tony for another 4 years so he can continue to work on our behalf. Right?
That I will support and defend
The Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, Mr. Superintendent.